Could this be truly happening? This has been the question on everyone's mind as an amazed audience around the world continues to watch with bated breath. It seems like for years they have witnessed it all. From living a life with multiple spouses to family disagreements, it seemed like there isn't anything they haven't witnessed. However, it seems like all these are taking a shocking turn, as there have been reports that Janelle Brown, who everyone thought had her life together, might be relocating abroad. The news began spreading very quietly. It began with some insiders on various networking sites about Janelle and her interest in New Zealand. But as it began spreading more, it seemed as though it included more than just mere rumor. Speculation began as people thought that perhaps Janelle had met a new man. Someone who would be able to offer her what it seemed as though she had missed within her life as a part of the family on Sister Wives. It began with fan loyalty, as they were very taken with Janelle and her level-headed character. Janelle has always been different among all the wives. She is recognized as a down-to-earth woman who can remain composed even during family disputes, and as someone who tries hard to preserve her personal freedom. There have been several ups and downs within her relationship with Kody Brown, who is the patriarch of the family. Although there has been some sort of bond between them, it is a fact that there have been some divergent views and lifestyles. Janelle often expressed her wish to have more personal freedom, and it seems as if she might be working on it at last. Fans were quick to pick up on the fact that Janelle's move, or at least the rumor of it, could be an enormous plot twist for the series. It should be realized that Sister Wives rests on a very fragile dynamic created among Kody and all the wives, and Janelle's presence within it all has been imperative at all times. Janelle's more measured voice would often bring some sense of reason and composure, particularly with regards to matters pertaining to family, kids, and money. The news triggered a frenzy among fan groups, online forums for fan discussions, dedicated to breaking down every move of the Brown family members, was swamped with theories. Could she truly be leaving the US? A fan pondered. Who exactly is this new man she's so infatuated with? There were theories about Janelle perhaps finding someone on a business or traveling venture, and finally wanting to live a life which would allow her to have happiness and fulfillment above everything else. Perhaps it had very less to do with finding someone, and more with leaving the scrutiny that would follow due to being associated with a polygamist family. The thing about social media is that it is full of theories, reactions, and discussions. Fans are breaking down all sorts of information about her. Recent Instagram postings, clues from interviews, and even changes in her personal life. Some people believe that based on recent family gatherings, Janelle's behavior exhibits aloofness. And then there are some who believe that because of her rising personal involvement with hobbies and projects, it's clear that Janelle is getting ready for something big. Just what Janelle might be getting ready for, which would have her leaving the country, perhaps for good, would be enough news for weeks. Perhaps the most interesting feature in this particular drama is the fact that it goes against the status quo associated with the series Sister Wives. Viewers have been watching these people navigate a dynamic involving relationships. And Kody, who sits at the center with his several wives and depends on them as he moves around them with some degree of harmony. Janelle, on several occasions, appears as a character who might genuinely have love for her family, but at the same time retains an appreciation for who she is. She is someone who will not be afraid to voice an opinion and appeal against certain decisions. The fact that there might be a possibility that she could leave presupposes a totally different dynamic as far as this plot is concerned. There's also an undertone here that speaks to an emotional side. The storyline of Janelle has always been identifiable, no matter how unusual her life. The struggles that she faces with balancing what she wants with what society needs are things that people have always struggled with. The fact that it appears as if today might be the day that she decides to stand up and take control of her life speaks to something universal. It sometimes takes a great deal of commitment and strength to put oneself first. The timing of these reports, too, is very important. There have been considerable changes taking place within the ranks of sister wives. Reports about Janelle potentially moving could signal the start of something new, and something that could potentially rewrite what it all means to be a part of the family known as the Browns. It truly has everyone on edge as they watch for any sign that would confirm these reports. Moreover, there is also some news about Janelle's possible relocation, and it becomes difficult to predict what will happen with her relationship with Kody. Throughout all these years, Janelle and Kody have been living an unusual and sometimes very complicated life in marriage. Will it signify an end to her independence from Kody, or will it be a brief period within a more complex storyline perhaps? Though some doubters have suggested that this is just another rumor that will blow over with time, there seems to be a buzz surrounding this rumor that cannot be denied. Janelle Brown has been a fan favorite all along because of her honesty, strength, and talent in taking things as they come. The mere idea that Janelle might be leaving it all behind is shocking and yet exhilarating. Fans are already exploring the possibilities that might arise from it all. Perhaps a new life in a new country like New Zealand, with new experiences and perhaps even new romance. Eventually, it's not solely about a move that might happen or about a new relationship, but about seeing someone assert control over life and make daring decisions and changes despite uncertain outcomes. A possible trip to a new life in New Zealand, as suggested as Janelle Brown's next destination, is all about hope and newfound happiness. As a fan, it is an episode that fascinates and keeps on engaging them. Within a world that has seen shows like Sister Wives emphasize family unity and cooperation, Janelle's apparent willingness to walk away serves as a poignant reminder that within intricate relationships, personal volition becomes an imperative. Not only does Janelle's life raise questions about living with multiple spouses, but it also teaches audience members about what it truly means to put oneself first, no matter what the outside world might proclaim. And as the reports continue to build, it becomes an unquestionable fact that Janelle's forthcoming journey, no matter which path it may choose, will be hard to overlook. Fans are still watching, tweeting, and responding with anticipation, waiting for verification on the move, on the man, on anything related to what life might hold for Janelle beyond the limelight as a character on Sister Wives. The ripple effect that Janelle has caused will not be disputed, and it very well might signal the start of something new for her and something new for the family as well. The internet blew up with whispers about Janelle Brown's so-called new man making the rounds. It isn't easy finding believers on an internet absolutely flooded with information about Janelle's new man. Fans of Sister Wives are shocked, and Janelle, with her cool and collected demeanor as the voice of reason among so much family turmoil, might have found love on the outside of a world so familiar. Just the possibility has set an internet wildfire ablaze with anticipation and surprise at what fans can't yet see. Will Janelle ever find what it is that would bring her happiness and independence? Or will it be an unexpected turn they don't see coming? Janelle has always been recognized as an intelligent and mature woman, as well as physically strong. As a character on Sister Wives, Janelle has struggled with finding a relationship with her family, while still wanting and needing a sense of independence and personal identity. In her relationship with Kody Brown, Janelle and Kody have struggled with love, conflict, compromise, and sometimes broken hearts. As a character on the show, it seems as though Janelle struggles with finding happiness with her family and relationship. It would appear that there have been some allegations about her having a new lover, who perhaps understands and sustains her ambitions and aspirations. And perhaps because of these allegations, there has been an airing of hope that maybe at last Janelle will enter a life that will focus on making her happy. As for what more there might be with regards to this new man, and what sort of implications he might hold for Janelle's life and career, very little information has been made available yet. Although very telling, it seems as though Twitter investigators have been paying very close attention to all that he does, saying, and posting, and have yet to put the puzzle pieces together. It would appear that some insiders believe that he might be someone who already knows Janelle and who has chosen not to be brought into the spotlight due to her privacy and family dynamic. Others believe that he might be someone completely different who perhaps met Janelle on some sort of business venture, traveling, or perhaps something they have an interest in. Their curiosity with regards to the mystery is because it marks a big change in Janelle's life. For so long, her story has been greatly entwined with that of her family. All actions that she took were somehow shaped by her kids and the rest of her co-wives, and of course, Kody Brown. But with this new man, there might be a new chapter for Janelle, wherein her actions will be shaped for her own personal satisfaction. The rumor surrounding this man isn't merely an issue involving romance, but also an issue involving what he symbolizes within Janelle's life. From what can be ascertained, he may be someone who inspires her towards independence and helps her achieve her goals and her idea for a balanced life. Indeed, for someone who typically ends up being bogged down within the framework set forth within a large and very complex family structure, it would be almost revolutionary. It would signify more than mere love, love within freedom and recognition of her uniqueness. Some sources indicate that perhaps Janelle's new relationship might be the reason for yet another news rumor about her relocation to New Zealand. A country as beautiful as New Zealand, with its soothing atmosphere and tortoise tempo, might be the absolute setting for a brand new life. Just picture Janelle, the devoted mother and composed wife, with a life so devoid of cameras, conflicts, and drama. Just thinking about it raises various theories on social media. Could perhaps this new man be joining her on this journey and giving her an opportunity at a life that perhaps she's always fantasized about, but never attempted before? Reaction from the fan community has been unbelievable. Just check out some threads on Reddit and Instagram about Janelle and her new relationship. There are hundreds of comments on these threads from each fan, with theories about who this guy would be, and what he might have to do with Janelle. Some people believe it might be something serious and even result in marriage, while some others believe it might be more of a support relation as Janelle undergoes some personal changes. The fact that so much interest is shown on these threads shows something about its importance in the story. There is also an emotional side to this enigma that continues to engage the audience. It isn't a surprise that so many people have been following Janelle's story as a source of entertainment and as a source of something relatable. They have seen her deal with conflicts within her own family, with recognition and fame, and with balancing her own needs with the needs of others. The concept that perhaps she can find someone who will truly get her, someone who will be supportive of her independence and her ambitions, provides a source of inspiration. Adding more drama to this scenario is the fact that very little is known about this man. Unlike the rest of the family members of Brown, there is an air about him that no information should be released. Fans have been taking apart every single detail, from social media updates, interviews, and appearances. It would appear that either Janelle wants her life kept private as it stands, while she considers what might be a new chapter in her life, or perhaps it will make the subsequent unveiling all the more exciting. The timing of these rumors is also very significant. After so many years of dynamic family relationships and pressures associated with life in the limelight, perhaps Janelle may be at an age wherein she realizes that she's finally ready for change. Whether it's a romance companion, someone who will be there for her emotions, or perhaps just someone to share an adventure with, having the new man within her life represents an opportunity. It's a story of change for a fan. It's a story wherein someone moves on to a new life wherein happiness and fulfillment aren't goals, but possibilities. All these speculations about who the man might be have created an endless debate among fans. There are some who propose that he might be someone with a link to Janelle's previous life. On the other hand, there are theories about a stranger who happens to make an entry into her life and leave a mark. Apart from these theories, there are some emotional undertones that make this storyline so very fascinating. Janelle has been a woman of elegance and strength all along, coping with her own set of problems within polygamy. The possibility that perhaps, for once, she has found a man who respects her for who she is, presents an artistic satisfaction for fans who have followed her life with awe. The new man here refers not just to someone who features in her life, but someone who will bring her happiness and fulfillment, something that fans have been rooting for from start. Furthermore, it is worth mentioning that it is also somewhat about the enigma surrounding that man, and thus Janelle's own journey. It appears that with time, Janelle has managed to develop from someone who met her own needs and fulfilled family obligations into perhaps someone who sets out on a journey towards finding her own independence. The relationship and possible relocation are an indication that she is ready to accept a new chapter and rewrite her own story. The drama involving Janelle and her enigmatic lover is anything but complete. Viewers remain engaged and active on the drama, yet waiting for some form of confirmation, interview, or illumination about the dynamic involving these two. As lover, support, guide, or accomplice, there is no doubt that his enigma draws more drama and interest, as well as sustains fascination. At the end of it all, it is no secret that the puzzle surrounding Janelle and her new man goes beyond the realms of love and into an arena involving possibility and taking a leap towards something new. As much as it shows an interest and curiosity among fans who were once interested in seeing her progress and have hoped thus far for better, they can now hope to see her happiness. As the saga continues and fanatics remain on standby, there is no question about the fact that Janelle Brown's life will be taking a completely new turn. Whether the new man will be identified at some stage or not, at least for now, he still existed within the story and caused all sorts of ripples. It might be an area within the series thus far that leads to so much suspense and anticipation for a better life. Why New Zealand? That's a question that every fan of Sister Wives has been asking ever since there were whispers about a possible move for Janelle Brown. It's not a random move, but it's a very big move, and it might just change everything about who and what Janelle Brown will be. New Zealand might be seen as a country with very beautiful and peaceful surroundings, but it might be more about finding a life free from the pressures associated with fame. Janelle has and will always be a woman who prefers harmony. Despite her polygamous family dynamics, Janelle has been successful at balancing a life that contains some level of her own uniqueness. As a wife and mother, there have been some challenges and responsibilities associated with these roles. However, as seen among her fanbase, there hasn't been a single period within her life with Kody and her family that hasn't seen her life dictated by the wills and ways of those around her. It is within that paradigm that the pull of New Zealand becomes an attractive alternative, as it represents a new beginning. A country like New Zealand promises a serene and beautiful life. Rolling green hills and beautiful beaches are enough for people like Janelle, who have witnessed so much drama and tension at home, as well as outside. Fans would picture her getting out and about amidst nature, spending some quiet time with her kids, and getting back to something that might have gone on the back burner. It's not an immigration issue, but an opportunity to get back to living on her terms. Nonetheless, there's more to it than meets the eye. Janelle's alleged relocation can be seen as an opportunity as well. Janelle has been an entrepreneurial and creative soul who usually undertakes various projects while still taking care of her family responsibilities. Perhaps Janelle will find ample time and inspiration within the boundaries of New Zealand that will allow her to develop these projects. Whether it's about business or hobbies, it's a clean slate that Janelle gets to fill with colors of her own. And that's an exciting prospect for everyone who's been watching Outlander for so long. There is also a societal and emotional undertone here. To travel across the world is no small thing, and it's an act that holds special meaning for someone with as much on her plate as Janelle. At the same time, it's clearly an act of empowerment, to take a chance on happiness and growth. It speaks to an entire journey that some members of her fanbase have witnessed with her relationship with autonomy at the Brown family. And it speaks to breaking free from boundaries and reaching beyond. Yet another more exciting aspect of all this speculation would have to be the possible link with New Zealand and new man. Assuming all these reports about her new man are legitimate, he might be an integral player in her ultimate decision. Just picture a relationship wherein support, understanding, and goals align. As Janelle progresses with her life, it would be the start of something life-changing, yet very liberating at the same time, because it would bring with it a sense of security, but also the chance for something new. Enthusiasts are constantly speculating about this new man and Janelle, and wonder if he might be encouraging her on with her independence, or maybe offering a life that will enable her goals as well. Of course, taking on an international transition is no easy task. There are any number of complications: housing, visa requirements, school for kids, and adjusting to a new culture. But Janelle has consistently shown that she is a clever and detailed person who can tackle even the most intricate challenges. Viewers are absolutely sure that if anyone can pull off an action as adventurous as uprooting her life and relocating abroad, it would be Janelle. Furthermore, it seems telling that the timing of this transition is so deliberate. After all these years of adjusting to and thriving within a polygamous family dynamic, as well as societal and personal pressures, it appears Janelle may have reached an endgame at which change isn't merely desirable, but absolutely necessary. That a character as iconic as Janelle would seek a new life in a country as foreign as New Zealand represents more than mere geography. Rather, it represents an emotional and psychological renewal from previous struggles and an opportunity to bloom. It is no secret that sometimes the greatest moves we make are the ones we make in reverse. The rumor continues with her kids as well. Janelle has always put her family's happiness and well-being first, and it would be no different with a move to New Zealand. it would have serious effects on her kids' lives. Some people have pointed out that perhaps a move to New Zealand will allow them a more normal and private childhood, sheltered from the pressures and scrutiny associated with reality television. The possibility of her offering her kids a life that is totally tranquil but still staying as tight-knit as ever as a family would be something very appealing. Yet another factor that sparks intrigue among the fan base is its impact on the dynamic among members of the Brown family. The possibility of Janelle taking a step back might bring about a realization among the remaining wives and even Kody. And there could be some shifts in family dynamics, although there is a possibility that it might bring about some tension among family members. There could be some growing opportunities as well. Janelle choosing herself first might bring about a realization among others as well. The buzz on social media about New Zealand rumors has been serious. Fans have been posting pictures of the country, guessing about housing alternatives, and even identifying probable neighborhoods where Janelle might end up. All these have been driven not just by curiosity, but an emotional investment in her journey. Fans have been cheering her on as they watch her discover freedom, love, and happiness. All they get from her updates becomes a significant life event, as they have been tracking her for so many years. At the end of it all, Janelle's alleged relocation is about being who she wants to be and doing what she wants with her life. After so many years of balancing family, expectations, and being under consistent scrutiny, perhaps it's about taking what will be among the most daring actions she will ever make. A move to NZ doesn't just bring about a change of address, but also represents a change that will allow her to define who and what she wants to be. As it stands, there's drama and fascination, as followers get hooked on every single thing she posts. Finally, as to why New Zealand, there's clearly more at stake here than meets the eye. It's about empowerment, independence, and taking on a new life with gusto, especially if you're done with your life back home. From an audience perspective, it's easy to be drawn into this tale because it links so well with mystery, drama, and hope, and it's a vital combination. The message about Janelle and her journey towards happiness represents a universal want, happiness on your own terms. As all this continues happening, everyone gets to picture Janelle walking on the beautiful beaches of New Zealand, learning about new environments, and developing a life based on freedom, love, and happiness. All that drama and all that excitement have become a reality. And as much as they want more, they have no option but to wait and watch as things develop, with yet a new chapter opening up, either for this woman and perhaps for all stories based on sister wives. The Brown family life has long been a precarious tightrope walk, filled with love, jealousy, and clashes among personalities that have been mingled into a very intricate polygamist life. But no amount of anticipation could have readied either the fanbase or perhaps even the family itself for the aftershocks caused by Janelle Brown's alleged relocation to New Zealand. When word broke about Janelle's possible move and the enigmatic new man involved, rumor central on social media lit up with guesses about what would happen to Kody and how the remaining spouses might cope with Janelle's departure. And, most notably, if it might signal the end of an era for the sister wives family, as everyone has grown to love it. Janelle has been and still remains one of the most earthed members of her family. It is her composed nature and conflict resolution skills that have enabled her family members to have some sort of harmony amidst all the drama. Whether it be money matters, child rearing, or life choices, it has been Janelle who would be a voice of reason. Losing her, or perhaps an upcoming possibility of her staying out of the family life, would unmake the very fabric of her family. Kody Brown, patriarch within the family, is at the center of it all. Fans have noticed for a long time the complexities within Kody and his wives, particularly Janelle. There have been instances of love, respect, and intense closeness, but also instances of tension, unmet expectations, and letdowns. A question arises with Janelle's alleged departure. Will Kody be ready to let her move on completely and walk away from their family unit completely? It would be very hard for someone who founded his own life on it being a unit with multiple wives and kids. It would be very hard and, on the other hand, life-transforming as well. Fans are abuzz with guesses about what will happen next regarding Kody and Janelle. The co-wives are left with a dilemma as well. Sister Wives is a series that benefits from its unique family members, and so every nook and corner of these women is explored. Christine, Mary, and Robin have had several interactions with Janelle, ranging from being supportive and competitive to being very distant.
Janelle's exit might set off a chain reaction of emotions, ranging from jealousy and relief to feelings of uncertainty and inspiration. How will the rest deal with life without Janelle? Will they get an opportunity to fill her shoes, or will they overlook an aspect that can't be replaced? Fans are very interested in what might be the psychological ramifications as well. The Brown family might be very visible, but what goes on beneath the cameras and lights can be very emotional. Having Janelle make a possible move so far away might result in several setbacks. Take, for instance, family gatherings and everyday activities. It might have to be reshuffled. The kids will also have changes in their association with their parents as well as co-wives. While it might be a fact that Janelle cares for them dearly, an international move will complicate matters. The conversations on social media mirror the level of dedication that these fans have towards yet another possible fallout. www.reddit.com, Twitter conversations, and fan pages on Instagram are all abuzz with theories ranging from Kody making an attempt at a merge or intervention, and even freedom and loneliness among these wives. All these possible theories bring tension and suspense, as if watchers are watching a drama as it occurs. The possible move of Janelle also raises questions about communication and dynamics within the family. Janelle has been an anchor within the family and a voice of reason for several years. She has promoted discussion and negotiation. It will be seen how her exit will affect decision-making within the family. Decision-making within the family will be done with consensus. Will her exit bring into focus the weaknesses within the family structure? Or will it bring about some unexpected changes within the family members? The audience is curious about it. The complexities are also heightened due to whispers about Janelle and a new relationship. Having a relationship and a move can have a serious impact on family as a whole. The rest of Janelle's co-wives might be made to feel as if they are no longer useful, as would Kody, due to feelings of jealousy. But there might also be some good due to Janelle having a relationship, and it might be an inspiration within the family as a whole. Just as with everything involving Janelle, people cannot wait and see what will happen. The consequences are not limited to an emotional level, but extend into logistics as well. Going abroad is not an easy task, and it becomes more so if someone has more than one child and is well rooted in family. Janelle will have to deal with different things like visas, education, and adapting to society. And at the same time, she will have to be in touch with her family. The Brown family will have to deal with Janelle's unavailability for family gatherings and family decision-making. Fans are amazed at the dynamics and are eager to read about all these developments.
Moreover, there might be additional ramifications. The impact might not be limited to Janelle's family members. Sister Wives can be considered a reality TV show. Janelle's actions will affect it because there will be fewer sources for storyline generation. The Sister Wives production will be forced to work without Janelle.
This could be an opportunity for them to showcase some other members from Janelle's family. It might result in an identity change within Sister Wives. A rumor about Janelle's plan might turn out to be something more. Additional source for tension might be perceived within public sentiment. The audience has followed Janelle for more than a decade, and there are no doubt audience members who have an attachment to her as a mother and as an integral character within that family. Whether it's abandoning her family or taking an empowering and proactive stance, there could be public division on her actions and thoughts. On an emotional level, there's clearly a great deal at stake because Janelle is more than a single character. She stands for harmony, autonomy, and happiness and fulfillment despite obstacles. By extension, her supposed relocation becomes not just a physical movement, but a metaphor as well. It becomes a challenge for the rest of the family and a way for watchers to deal with dilemmas involving loyalty, freedom, and happiness. Fans are fascinated with these dynamics and what might play out among feelings and character relationships that have yet to be explored on the show. And finally, there is also a family fallout that relates to change. Change represents a challenge, but at the same time, it presents a chance for growth. Although Janelle's family relocation might pose tension and problems at first, it could just be what sparks changes within the Brown family. Kody might be forced to rethink methods for running the family, and co-wives might find an awakening regarding newfound independence, among other things. Viewers are interested in these changes because they know that every single decision made by Janelle could have major implications. Ultimately, the family implications of Janelle's speculated move and relationship are a tale of drama, intrigue, and complexity. It is a tale of love, freedom, and the consequences of an act of defiance on a tight family structure. To watch, it is exciting, engaging, and very mystifying, as it embodies the thrill of reality television with tried and classic concepts of growth and family. While these rumors are still unfolding and everyone awaits official word, here's what isn't up for debate. Janelle Brown's decisions are more than personal, they're transcendent. The family drama might be intense, painful, and potentially freeing, but it's without a doubt very compelling. All statements made, all postings on social media, and all collective fan theories hold everyone's collective audience members on pins and needles with anticipation to find out what will happen next within the latest installment of the Brown family saga. That the end may be near for Sister Wives, as we have known it, is a prospect that has stunned and unsettled fans. Fans have, for several years, lived vicariously through the Brown family's alternative, yet very engaging life. Yet amidst Janelle Brown's supposed relocation to New Zealand, with whispers of a new man on the scene, there is no end to the questions that arise. Could there be a fall-apart scenario on the cards due to Janelle's exit? And what exactly will it hold for a program that has amazed millions of people for nigh on a decade and more? Janelle has been a constant presence within the family. It is no surprise that people have appreciated her efforts as a voice of reason and logic with short tempers and irrational thinking. Kody Brown needs someone who will be a voice of reason as he struggles with wives who appear increasingly frustrated with his failing ways. But Janelle will be leaving. Going forward, there will be changes within the family, as there will be changes on the show. It will be quite an adjustment. The possibility of an end to Sister Wives also sparks questions about what might happen to some of the remaining members of the cast. Kody,
who has been at the center of everything that goes on with these women, might have some issues with keeping everyone together. It should be remembered that there have been instances within the show wherein Kody's relationships with some of these women were not exactly amicable. And without Janelle as an intermediary, very small problems might develop into larger ones. Mary, Christine, and Robin have different things to offer as members of the family. It would be very easy for some imbalance in family life as a result of Janelle's departure to be uncovered. Perhaps it would make it necessary for the women to address some issues they might have among themselves, or make some changes as a result of some new responsibilities. Viewers are very interested because they can see that the life of an entire series might change as a result of a single person's actions. There's also an emotional facet of this possible ending. To be more specific, Sister Wives hasn't just been a source of amusement for its audience, but a glimpse into a life they will never get to live. The audience members have grown very sentimental about every single member of the Brown family. But Janelle has, without a doubt, been everything with regards to being an understanding and very relatable soul from amongst all the drama. That a possible end for her will get a reaction from everyone and anyone who's been watching, as it includes emotions like sadness, nostalgia, curiosity, and even hope. The rumors about Janelle and her new man add more complexity to the situation. Perhaps Janelle is taking on this new chapter with a new man in her life, and it just goes on to demonstrate that her life is taking a turn for the better, and it's all very personal and very irreversible. It would be easy for viewers to picture what would happen within the family and Kody's personal reactions and responses. But there's almost a sense of awe that goes on here. Janelle's willingness to reach for happiness and independence and something more is something that truly inspires people. A possible end for Sister Wives also speaks about an overarching storyline Sister Wives portrays as a series. Sister Wives as a series showcases various phases and developments associated with the family members and their associated experiences. Janelle's possible departure marks an area that symbolizes a defining stage and shows a marked shift associated with what Sister Wives can be and how Sister Wives will be perceived within an imminent future. Viewing Sister Wives isn't just watching change, it's watching history being made. Social media networks have brought these developments into sharper focus, with ever-attentive followers exploring every nook and cranny of the family's narrative. Speculation springs up daily. Will Janelle ever return to the United States, or will this be a lifelong change for her and her family? Will her departure set a precedent for more people to make similar changes, or will it be necessary for the family to make enough changes that will allow them to continue telling their story, but it will be a completely different tale? All these postings and comments help build tension and drama. A possible ending, or product change, or big changes are what make these stories so exciting. But there's another reason that contributes to all the speculations surrounding Kody and his wives. A background knowledge of the family dynamic will help people understand the complexities that have been shown on Sister Wives. Janelle's possible leave from her family can be seen as disrupting all these dynamics, as it is not just a plot on the show, but an aspect that people experience on a daily basis. That's why these speculations have hit so hard, because they are something that people can relate to. The ending of Sister Wives might also have an impact on the legacy of Sister Wives. As Sister Wives began as an exploration of life in polygamy, Janelle's exit might allow it to move from a family unity-centric platform towards an empowered me. Audiences will be able to watch not only Janelle's journey, but also perhaps that of Sister Wives with its perspective on relationships, freedom, and making personal choices.
Sister Wives might become a story about resilience, independence, and the determination to define family on my own terms, and perhaps get a new fan base with old ones taking a reflective look at what's changed.
Emotionally, being aware that the series might conclude with Janelle saying goodbye would be an awakening realization that life doesn't remain static. Change occurs within families, relationships, and sometimes growth demands making tough calls. It's not easy on audience members either, who have lovingly followed the Brown family for so long. It will be bittersweet news that perhaps it's about that time for an end chapter, but it's also a time for a new beginning. That's exciting. Perhaps one of the most interesting things about this story is the dynamic involving personal choice and the spectacle. Janelle's life is very public, and everything she does is under observation by millions of people.
But at the same time, her alleged plans to move and start a new relationship in New Zealand indicate a desire to assert her own personal control. And this empowering message will no doubt resonate with her fans. Nevertheless, it still remains that it might be the end of Sister Wives. But maybe instead, it marks the start of something new. News about Janelle leaving Sister Wives brings back questions on everyone's mind. Will it be the end? Or perhaps something new and exciting begins instead? At this stage, anything can happen. It might be the start of something new and fresh with Sister Wives. Or maybe it will be ending with an amazing legacy. It's pure agony for fans. One thing that is certain, though, is that Janelle's journey on the show will never be forgotten. It seems that her softer side, her wisdom, her willingness to share her own truth, and her drive for happiness have become some of the staples of the show. Whether they choose to end the show or continue it, it should be remembered that growth as a person, finding independence, and finding a sense of determination are things that should be sought after, no matter what the situation might be. As the rumors continue, it's obvious that the end of Sister Wives may be more than just an end to a television series. It's about life and love, and the fact that we all have so many choices about which path we should follow, and which ones we should turn down as we seek our own happiness. Janelle and her relocation to New Zealand, and her secret lover, might very well be the most exciting installment yet, and will impact her life as well as the life of her family. And there's no more exciting thing for people who watch these types of shows as seeing the story as it develops before your very eyes. The stage is set, the anticipation abounds, and the audience hangs on every word. Will Janelle Brown be a permanent fixture within the family and on the show, or will she forge a road that will culminate in the greatest possible metamorphosis on Sister Wives? Only time will be able to answer that question, but it's clear that either way, her experiences have reached and touched the hearts of everyone, not to mention sparked controversy and served as a poignant reminder that it's oftentimes within our own grasp to make the greatest possible changes within our own lives.